I've got a bit of a cold today, I'm afraid, so you'll have to excuse my voice, but it does allow me to do a rather credible Darth Vader impression. Luke, you can destroy the Emperor. He has foreseen this. It is your destiny. Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son. So anyway, Gentle Giant has been making a line of jumbo Kenner Star Wars figures for some time now. And basically the concept is that they take a regular 3 3/4 inch vintage Star Wars figure and blow it up to 12-inch scale, or I guess that would be 1/6 scale. And, you know, these were sort of originally sold as being just like the originals, but bigger. In fact, I think they said basically that. In reality, that's not quite the case because they're using different materials, very different in some cases. And, you know, the paint is different. The sculpts, while they're digitally scanned from the originals, have been, in some cases, changed. So, you know, we're not getting exactly the same thing. For one thing, vintage action figures feel pretty solid, and they use, you know, a certain kind of plastic and that kind of thing, whereas these do not, and they're like hollow vinyl, essentially. But still, you know, they have that vintage feel about them, usually. And they've been surprisingly successful with this line. They have right around 50 figures. This is a Premier Guild exclusive, holiday exclusive for 2015, and so in order to get this you would have to be a member of Gentle Giant's Premier Guild, which is basically a club that you pay to join, and then they give you discounts and the right to buy certain exclusive things. So, you know, every year they have like a holiday exclusive. Previously, I believe it was last year, they had a vintage Yoda that was dressed up as Santa and had a sack full of sort of appropriate gifts. They had a little tiny vintage Boba Fett on a card and that kind of thing. It's pretty cute. Obviously, this time we have Salacious Crumb. Now, this figure is supposed to be released with the Jumbo Jabba the Hutt figure, which is apparently coming. They've shown it off at various shows, and they haven't yet put it up for pre-order or anything like that, so we don't know how much it's going to cost or when it's coming out. Sometime, hopefully next year. But it is kind of cool to get a first glimpse at this. This is going to be, as I said, included with that set, although this includes something extra for the holiday version, which is a sack of presents that he has on his back. And I'm very interested to take a look at those presents, as you will see. So I thought I would go ahead and open this baby up, and we'll see what he looks like. Now, one thing I really do like about the way they've handled packaging these figures is they use a clamshell, plastic clamshell design package, and in the back is the backing board, which is just a separate piece that's slid in there. It's not attached to the bubble. Like in a real vintage figure, if you want to take it out of the package, you have to rip the bubble off the card or cut out the figure somehow with an X-Acto knife or something like that. Well, you don't have to worry about that with this kind of thing. You can open them up and put them back in the packaging just by removing a few pieces of tape. And here you can see there's a thing here. I've already undone the tape. It just opens like that. You can take out the backing board, and you know, it stays pristine. You can even frame these if you want to display with the figures. And then the figure itself will slide out thusly. So he's got a tray on top of him to sort of keep him in place. There he is. And let's take a look. So compared to some of the other ones of these jumbo figures that I've handled in the past, this feels really solid somehow. It feels like it's a solid piece of plastic or vinyl or something, compared to a lot of the other ones which feel hollow. I think maybe part of that is just that this is not an articulated figure, so they didn't have to worry about any internal mechanisms or anything. Now, well, when I say he's non-articulated, he does have one point of articulation, which is his tail. So in the package, it's sort of bent down like this, but you can move it like that, which is probably the more common position. Now, he's got this cloth bag, which is just sort of wrapped around him. And this is where he has his Christmas goodies. And, of course, that's really what separates this from the edition that's going to be coming with the Jabba figure. Well, that and the fact that it's on a card, of course, as a separate product. So let's see what Salacious Crumb has for us. But before we do that, actually, I do want to compare the size of this figure with the vintage Salacious Crumb figure, who is hiding from me. Where'd you go, Salacious? There he is. Boom. So you can see that is a pretty big difference in size. In terms of the actual design and paint and everything, there is a fair difference. This is made out of a rubbery material, and it seems to me it looks a fair amount different too. It's a bit shinier, different color a bit. This, you can see that there's like some seams on the side. Those are definitely not on the original figure. Seams all along here, and those are not here. Well, there are some very small ones, and it's possible, like the ones on the legs here, that it's just that, you know, blowing it up to the size makes them more obvious. But, yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. But no one would confuse this of being an exact copy. I notice here that they've left a space in between here on his chest where his fur is, and that's not on my vintage figure, but that kind of thing can vary from figure to figure. Alright, so here we have the bag of goodies that he comes with, and I'm actually pretty interested to see what is in here. I've seen, to some degree, in the past, but they didn't tell everyone what is actually going to be in here in detail. So, okay, we've got a hat. Let's see if we can fit that on him. I'm not sure. It's got a little slit here, which I assume is intentional, but I'm not sure where that's exactly supposed to go. I may have to look that up. I could put it over one of his ears or something like that. I'm not sure about that. Well, for the moment, we're going to do it like that. And these also comes with a scarf. So yeah, these are sort of his holiday accessories. There we are. Not bad. One problem with this figure, you may notice, and this is the problem with the vintage figure as well, is that he cannot really sit like flat on the ground. He has to be on the edge of something like the edge of the throne. So I'm just going to put him back here like this. What else do we have in here? Oh, nice. Here we have a chrome gold C-3PO head. That's very nice. Looks really good. Okay, what else do we have? We have, oh, looky here! We have a teeny tiny Jabba the Hutt action playset box. That is awesome. Look at that. And it's, you know, it's completely just like the original. And I can feel there's something in here. Let's see what that is. Now, I don't want to mess this box up, so I'll be careful. There we go. Here we are. That is epic. Let's see if I can get that zoomed in. There we are. A teeny tiny vintage Jabba figure. And this is quite a good version of the vintage Jabba figure, I must say. It's not articulated or anything, but wow, really nice. I like this a lot. Put that down here. What else do we have? We've got a box for the Gentle Giant Gamorrean Guard figure. Gamorrean Guard bust, mini bust. I don't know if you can see that. Now this one, there's nothing inside, but it's still pretty cool. If we can get it to focus. Focus. There we are. And I think I felt one other thing in here, which is, oh, Han Solo mini bust. I have both of these mini busts actually. But yeah, that's cool. He comes bringing Gentle Giant goodies for all, and that's all that's in there. Now this retails for $80, which is really high in a way. That's sort of the standard price for these jumbo figures, but this is maybe not quite up to the standards of the other jumbo figures, just in terms of, it's not articulated and it's not as big. So I think, including these extras is one way to try and sort of make up for that, I guess. For me, it totally worked. Because this little Jabba is probably worth the price of admission right there for me. I really like that one. So, yeah, if you want to get one of these, I think they're still available, but you have to be a Premier Guild member. I don't know if you can still sign up for that or what the deal is. But I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and have a Merry Huttmas. Gee, I don't know if this is... What exactly?